Welcome in, everybody. We're going to check out Team Wars Week 10 deck picks, but just showing we got the Henrietta on the Adventure Lock, 11 out of 16. That's going to be a great card to get leveled up for the Adventure Lock. Also, that Pocahontas almost level 6. That was a great deck for the Adventure Lock. But welcome in, representing Fish Dicks this week. We're going to check out the Team Wars choices. Don't go anywhere. Let me just get them pulled up. I got to find the right account. Oh, there we go. So if you didn't know, last week there was some issues with the bracket for Team Wars. There was an apology pack today, which seemed like everybody got a legend from. If you want to let me know in the comments, that'd be a good test. If you didn't get a legendary, make sure you let us know. But if you did get a legendary, let us know as well in the comments, and we'll see if everybody got a legend or not. I believe we did, but we'll just confirm it. It'd be, what if it's like 90% and there's some people who didn't get it? Oh, those poor 10%. All right. Yeah, it looks like if we would have had 2 more people, yeah, I think we would have won quad. But welcome in, everybody. We're going to go through the deck choices. Somebody said that this deck kind of picks itself. I think I looked at it earlier, and I tend to agree, but we will check. So we got Bar Brady versus Hunter Jimbo. Now, Bar Brady did great last week, but that was mostly because of the ability to dar him. Bar Brady is a fairly good Team Wars pick, but because Ned is an option, Jimbo is going to be your choice, because Ned Jimbo is just one of the most potentially punishing combos in all of gaming. No, not all gaming, but definitely potentially worth a fireball for sure. But couple that with the fact that Kite might be one of the worst epics and worst range cards in the game. Definitely going with the Ned there. Lava versus Super Fart. Is there a reason to have the Super Fart? Super Fart prevents the rats from getting any value. Could take it from that. Little extra damage on the cows. Super Fart, I would say, is probably the choice. Lava is one of those cards we were talking about where I think that maybe it's a mistake because people are gonna choose it, or people are gonna play it wrong and not get any value from it. At least if you misplay Super Fart, it's only 2 energy, right? But I mean, hopefully that changes the votes. Mosquito is the pick over Nelly, without a doubt. Same for Captain Diabetes, partially because they're just a better choice between those 2 units, but mostly because Coon is going to be an option, and they boost Coon well. The cows are going to be your choice just because cows against that low-level new kid are just too good. Fireball is your choice to counter those same cows, so keep that in mind. You want to try to bait the fireball with like the critters, with the call girl, maybe something like that. You want to bait the fireball, and when you get the fireball out there, then that's when you play your cows. Shelly versus critters. Ooh, actually, Shelly might be the choice. Shelly isn't bad. She's okay against the cows because she can hit all of them with her AoE if you play it right. She's kind of beefy, so if you get her onto a new kid, it can take her quite a while to die. I've won Team Wars games on the Adventure Lock by playing Nelly, or by playing Shelly mid, and she got onto new kid. They played an assassin to kill her on the side of her, and I used her ability. It might have been this week, and I used the ability, and it knocked the assassin away, and it didn't kill Shelly, and Shelly took the bar. So honestly, in my head, I want the Shelly. I don't want the potential mistakes of the critters. I want the tried and true Shelly, good tanky body. I don't even think Fireball kills her potentially at a high level. But the thing with critters is critters plus Mysterion can be really dangerous. So critters and kill 1 cow potentially, from the pack before it dies. That can be pretty good. So like the best deck played the best is the critter deck, but I think I would prefer the consistency and cheaper cost of the Shelly, honestly. I don't need the critter to go off to win. There's 5 other win conditions. I would prefer worrying about the call girl, you know. Critters might become unstoppable. Maybe that's why you don't run Mysterion Critters, you run Shelly Inuit, because Inuit's gonna kill the critters. Like almost no matter how much you stack the critters, Inuit's gonna kill it if it's level 5. You could also, you know, stack the rats on top of him when he gets next to your new kid, because that's 4. It doesn't matter how much attack the critter has, he has to attack the rats 4 times. So it doesn't matter if he's got 1,000 boosted health or attack, he has to attack them 4 times, right? So that's potential, which is probably why you'd run that. I think Sally is the choice typically in this, especially when Super Fart's there, because Super Fart counters the rats. So Sally is there just for the quicker cycle. And if you're running Sally, you probably want to run the Shelly just for the quicker cycle. Get to that Call Girl Coon sooner, because Call Girl Coon, to me, is a better win condition than the critters. But could also be that maybe you want to say screw the Call Girl Coon and go the Inuit, or go the Incan to be able to kill the Call Girl and maybe damage the boosted critter. I don't think that's the right choice, because I think Call Girl Coon is just one of the best tank attack combos. I mean, you have literally the 2 best tank range combos in the game. Hunter and Ned and Call Girl Coon. Like that's the 2 best tank combos in the whole game. Like, it's pretty crazy. Lava on critters is good with rats and fireball cows. That's true. And I mean, you know, honestly, lava this week played right on the cow, stopping a push. If you do it right, it's probably better than the Super Fart, because this week it could be very dangerous to Super Fart, screw up the Super Fart, and push their critters or somebody, push their Call Girl back even further and protect them even more. So Super Fart is one of those cards where you could potentially misplay it, right? But yeah, Call Girl Coon, I would say, is probably the choice. I don't think you'd want to use the Santa, no reason. Doesn't really pair with the diabetes, it's too good. Call Girl damage is just too good. Call Girl Coon. Rats, Sally. I would probably prefer the rats, and I would just make sure that I use them in a situation where they're gonna get a lot of value on my side before they get over to his side. And then like, if I play the rats for 3 cost and they take away 5 cost on their side, you know, maybe I kill the critters with them, and then they Super Fart the rats afterwards, I definitely came out ahead of that exchange, like big time came out ahead of that exchange. So I don't hate the rats. I wouldn't want to run rats and critters, because there's just so much. It's like, that's a fat deck. That's a fat deck. The only like cheaper cards are these 2 then. Everything else is above 4. Well, I guess Ned is 3. But Ned is basically 7 cost, because you really don't want to play him without the Jimbo, right? I think hold out on the fireball for the cows, because that's really the only consistent way to deal with the cows, I would say. If you get Call Girl Coon off though, like against the cows, they'll take a bar, but you'll probably counter for the win kind of thing. So just remember, like, don't play Call Girl, like play Call Girl higher up so that it's harder for him to get an Incan on her, because that would be a problem. But just play cows on the cows. Yeah, that's fair. That's what I usually do with cows, is when they get, but the problem is, like, if they fireball my cows immediately, I probably just lost, right? Like, if they have an energy advantage to the point where they can just fireball my cows, I'm probably in trouble. But yeah, I've shown it before, if you play your cows on top of their cows after their first cow has already hit your tower, so that they won't use, so that cow doesn't hit you with Stampede, then you can play your cows. It'll spread them out. That first unit is still hitting. It'll get pushed back and it'll have to walk there, not charge there. And then the other 2 units get spread out and pushed further apart so that they take longer to hit new kid. All the while, your cows are damaging them with their stampede and heading towards the new kid, forcing them to play. It does work pretty well. So I agree. Cows on cows is a pretty good counter. Plus, you know, 1 range card back there blasting them or something, or mosquito behind them or something like that. Callgirl Coon playing with them too would also be very good. Mysterion spawning at the right time could be good. I mean, definitely the choice is Mysteria. I mean, Inuit you could get a lot of value from. I don't hate the Inuit, but the rats could counter them. Mysterion could spawn and counter them. He could be part of the fireball. Cows potentially counter them. Mosquito kind of counters them. There's just a lot that makes the Inuit not as good as it was last week. And when you get that Mysterion spawning early, it can be the difference between a match for sure. Yeah, you can't really trust the votes because usually they're just gonna follow the leader's votes just to force the pick, and then you make a discussion and then you say, okay, change these picks, so that it just makes it easier so that you don't have to say, okay, everybody go vote on these 12 cards. You just have the, 10 people in leadership or whatever all vote for the leadership cards. You tell everybody else on the teams to not vote ever because maybe we want to move them to a different team. Maybe, they can't play this week, so they end up bowing out or whatever. Voting locks you into that team. So having people not vote is ideal. So in this case, the leadership has voted, matched the leadership. Maybe sometimes it's like, okay, vote for what you want. Like, we don't really care which one you pick. Everybody vote whichever one you want. Otherwise, it's like, okay, change to, they might say change to Shelly, or change to, that's honestly probably the only one you'd have to change, or change to Super Fart maybe, or something, whatever. Although Lava this week might be the right choice. I don't hate it. Lava, in this case, Lava is the choice, and just like 95% of the time, don't play the Lava, right? Just don't do it. But yeah, you're right. Everything else kind of picks itself. The only things I would say that you might see different of, you're not going to see anything other than this. I'd be surprised if you saw a kite. You're not going to see anything but mosquito. This I could see going both ways, so you'll see either or. I'd be very surprised if I saw any Heidi's. Very surprised if I saw any Tupperware. I could see this going both ways, but you're probably going to see more critters. Very surprised if you saw Lightning Bolt. This one could kind of go both ways, but probably more rats than Sally. You might see some Inuits, but mostly Mysterion. And then I can't imagine... I guess I could see the Incan maybe to help with the cow, like if you're really worried about the cows. But otherwise... Santa just doesn't really have any place. So even if you weren't running the Call Girl, you would probably still run the Coon. But Call Girl Coon is just, it's so easy this week too, because like you can't pull him. I think you can pull him, but that's not the choice. And then you can pull him, but that's not the choice either. So it's like guaranteed. It's like a perfectly built superhero deck to like basically guarantee the Coon Call Girl works every time, right? Which is, it's just a brutal combo. So yeah, this week, all your practice matches within your team are going to be pretty impactful because they're going to be pretty much against the same exact decks you see. Sometimes practices aren't really useful because like if you didn't pick this unit, you can't really practice against what's going to happen when they play that unit, right? But that's why watching some videos online of other people from different teams is a good choice sometimes. So much deals with the cows already. Yeah, honestly, I typically do not worry about cows in Team Wars because I know how to manage my energy in a way where I'm going to deal with the cows, keep them to 1 bar, maybe 2 if there's an issue, and then push for 3 bars probably, or at least 2 bars, you know, at least even it up. And then it's just like who gets there first kind of thing. But with Fireball there, you can basically make sure they do no damage. Your own cows, depending on the timing, you could use the own cows and it'd be good. I think really the lose condition, there's so many win conditions this week, but the lose condition is really messing up your critters and pulling someone you don't want to pull, honestly. So I would say with critters, you want to pull only somebody that's about to die for the attack, or you pull the Mysterion. Like that's your only goals. Maybe one of the cows or maybe one of the rats, but otherwise, maybe Diabetes, use his ability, kill him, get all that health. Maybe. But otherwise, I honestly think Shelly is a better choice. You could play Shelly in the right angle and hit all 3 of the cows with her ability, which is pretty good damage. And then she's a pretty good threat because she doesn't get hit by New Kid, I don't think. So she can get on a New Kid. She's got a ton of health. I'd have to check. Actually, I think I can check. Does this account have... Yeah, this account has Shelly 5. Does she survive Fireball? That's gonna, if she survives Fireball, I think she's the pick. If she doesn't survive Fireball, we'll reconsider. Oh, she might survive it at level 6. How much is Fireball? 71? 710? Yeah, 713. Okay, so it does, so Fireball does kill her at level 6. Probably doesn't kill her at level 5 though, but you're probably gonna run into 6. So, but God, if you Fireball Shelly, I win probably. Look at that, 655 health. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. 4-1 range. I think that outpaces. 314 damage on the cows. Like that's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's half health if it hits him. That's pretty good. I don't hate that. I don't hate that, guys. I think I want the Shelly. I think I want Shelly. Critters be damned, I want the Shelly. There's too many ways you can stop the critter from getting value. You can't stop my Shelly, baby. You can't stop my Shelly. All right, everybody. Let me know what you think in the comments. We're going to keep going with some more South Park. Actually, we're probably going to call it quits because it's super late. But let me know in the comments what you think. I was wrong on a couple choices last week, so let's get them right this week. And I would say, let me know what you think about critters. Is it worth the squeeze? Is the juice worth, is the blood of the innocent worth the squeeze of the critters? Let me know, and we'll see you guys next week for more Team Wars review and deck choice review. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.